really got to be very intimate with Orlando's body during the whole movie. I was like, wow, I got to pull his pants down. I got to stick a needle here. And then
Highest knockout to win ratio for a super welterweight, huh?
People don't care about stats, only champions.
we're going to have to bob and weave with you with that ring over there. You know what I mean? So, well,
Yeah, love
okay,
that
let's go,
backdrop.
baby. Let's
Yeah.
go. All right. All right, great.
Yeah, I would definitely be playing the announcer role in a boxing ring because I cannot hit nor be hit. Not my thing. But what I first off, I wanted to figure out where did this shooting this movie come in context of your other recent projects? Because like Orlando, I first saw the results of like your very hard physical work in Red Right Hand.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
was this near that?
No, this was no, this was after that, but it was, and yeah, this was after that, by some ways, um, but not, yeah, but there was some transformation in my right hand, yeah, physically, but I went to a very to the extreme with this. I mean, I'm about 100 and maybe 80 pounds in that movie. I was 152 pounds by the end of this movie, and I'm about 185 regularly. So like I dropped weight very dramatically in this film to get to the weight of boxer in the film. And that was definitely yeah, a very real thing.
Yeah, I mean that actually mirrors the movie because it's similar to that number. Yikes. I mean, and wow. John, was this where was this when Severance second season was happening?
Yeah, I had finished my second season. It was before the strike happened, and I knew Sean. I had known him for a period of years, and I've seen a bunch of his films. And so when they sent me the script, I'm a huge boxing fan and fan of Orlando's and Katrina's, and I thought, wow, this is an interesting project. And I had a window. We had to finish before the strike happened, actually, and so it was after that. But I had, some time to to think about it and mull it around and.
Do you ever find that a role like something in Severance like kind of leaks into another role?
No, no, I don't. I feel like you're yourself. That's your instrument. Sometimes you do an accent, sometimes you gain weight, some lose weight. But no, I mean the whole idea is to get away from that. The
Got
whole
it.
idea is to get as far away from that as possible. So no, I guess if you were doing it back to back, I don't know. That's not what appeals to me to do this thing.
Orlando, I know that, you're talking a lot today about this incredible physical transformation, but I almost suspect that that wasn't the hardest part of a movie like this. Can you talk about what you found the most challenging that may surprise all of us?
I mean, I think the thing that was unexpected was the old noggin, how the intrusive thoughts and the paranoia and I mean we know as beings, human beings, we need food and water, and you start to restrict calories in a very real way. It does really crazy things to your brain and your thought patterns. And I came into the movie at my lightest weight in order that we could get it, and we shot it in reverse chronological order because I
Oh,
wouldn't have had the stamina or the brain power or the strength to do anything. And as we went, in order to make that weight loss and transformation look real, I had to just gorge food, and it was like ice cream in my shakes and adding everything to add the calories. And but it was almost like no acting required because of what was happening to me physically and mentally and emotionally. And the headspace of boxer is pretty dark, and it just, I think it is about the fight coming up here. And John, who, it's amazing to work opposite such a talented actor, and in Katrina as well. They were both so remarkable, and John really brought this kind of seduction to the role that was unexpected. It was more like a drill sergeant as it was written, and John sort of inverted everything and brought this fresh thing that nobody was expecting, and added this layer that was so human and psychologically like seductive and almost real and terrifying in a beautiful way, because it sort of felt like he understood the boxer's brain, and it almost like felt like all of these characters were like inside boxer's head almost, you know. It's like it was all kind of, so it's a real fresh take on a boxing, you know, movie, which genre, which I think we're all fans of, you know, that's why we did it. You know, I love a boxing movie. So yeah, it was a unique.
You know, not to make light of anything, but part of your role I did notice it was obviously very difficult, but you also were getting wrapped in blankets some of the time, and that looked kind of nice, the towels. I was like, oh, that's warm, at
Nice
least
little
like soft.
cocoon. Yeah.
He was
Nice little-
sweating. He was sweating in those.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
It was hot.
Yeah. I mean, I really got to be very intimate with Orlando's body during the whole movie. I was like, wow, I got to pull his pants down. I got to stick a needle in here. And then I was like, this is like really, you know, it's kind
You
of
had
a
your
love
pants up,
story.
you had my pants on his shoulder at one
Oh my
point.
God. I mean, completely. I know his body now. That's the whole thing. So
You
that's it.
two
And
are,
I loved it. And I loved it. And I loved
and it showed. You two are
But yeah.
close.
Well,
Yeah.
that's part of the job. It's about the body. The film is about the body and about the struggle within this person's life, the battle that's happening within him. So that's interesting.
Yeah, the desperation for a second shot, you know, the desperate, and it's so transferable to life, to everyone. I mean, who doesn't get to a place in life where they just want that second shot, you know, they want to go back and live that dream that they've had, you know. I think that's the thing that's sort of transferable for people, hopefully.
Now, you and I agreed. If it became dangerous, we stop. Now, that is a dangerous, pointless task.
You can't quit.